Very quickly to another international story. India has invited Pakistan along with other nations for the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting that's going to be taking place in Goa in May this year. That's the Shanghai Cooperation Summit that's going to be taking place. Now, the invitation from External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has been sent through the Indian High Commission in Islamabad for his Pakistani counterpart Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. Reportedly, the Foreign Minister, Zardari, has received the invite but is yet to make a call on attending. It is pertinent to note that if Pakistan accepts that invite, it will mark the first such visit in nearly 12 years. India's invitation to the Pakistan Foreign Minister is particularly significant given where bilateral relations between the two countries stand. Let's go back to my colleague Abhishek Jha. Abhishek, one more piece of context I just want to give our audiences is that obviously this comes just days after the Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that his country had learnt its lesson from 3 wars and wants to live in peace with India. Now, I know when those comments had initially come out, a lot of experts had been very quick to dismiss them. They'd said that Pakistan often plays a sort of double game where you have their leaders make such comments, but action on the line of control, for example, doesn't stop. I just want to understand from you, Abhishek, could this invitation indicate that perhaps the Indian side interpreted Sharif's statement differently and perhaps is taking it more sincerely this time?
So, Toya, to look this invitation in the context of what Pakistan's leaders have been commenting in the recent days on bilateral relationship will be a little not fair because India, being the host country, has a responsibility or an obligation to extend invitation to all the members of SCO grouping for all the events that is going to take place. And all the members of SCOs, including Pakistan, China, Russia, and the Central Asian countries, Iran became the member last year, and other invitees that India would like to invite them. They have a right to come and participate in those meetings. So in that context, looking this whole invitation through a bilateral lens will be little unfair. But at the same time, it does give an opportunity to India and Pakistan to have an engagement at bilateral level also. Because like the way we saw in Samarkand, Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin did engage bilaterally, and the comments that Prime Minister Modi made in front of him became the global headlines that this is not an era of war. So why not? There could be a possibility when Foreign Minister of Pakistan Bilawal Bhutto will be visiting to participate in Foreign Ministers meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Goa in the first week of May. There would be a window where Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar may have a chance to have a bilateral meeting with his counterparts from Pakistan, and that may provide an opportunity to have to smoothen the rough ties that India and Pakistan had been having for a very long time now. So in that context, this could be important. That will this multilateral event provide an opportunity for bilateral engagement as well. But as far as invitation is concerned, this is mostly a protocol thing that India had to extend to all the members, and it should be seen in that context.
Okay, Abhishek, I want to understand from you. Earlier this year in December, I remember India took very strong exception to statements that Pakistan's foreign minister had made at the UNSC. That's the last time, in fact, that we discuss what the Foreign Affairs Minister for Pakistan, at least, has had to say about India. I want to understand from you, what are your sources telling you about Pakistan's reaction to that invitation? Could you tell us more there?
So the invitations have been sent very recently, and a final call as to who will be attending the meeting will be taken towards just few days before the meeting would actually happen. Because in the context of G20, we had recently seen Vladimir Putin was invited for Leaders Summit meeting, but until the last few days, it was not clear whether Putin will be participating in that because of the Western pressure and NATO allies pressure of him not being part of that meeting. But then later on, it was decided that Foreign Minister Lavrov will be representing President Putin. So in this context, also it can happen that leaders of Pakistan or the Foreign Minister of Pakistan may not, in case they decide not to attend, they will send their representative and they may scale down their diplomatic engagement at this level. But that is something, a very hypothetical situation. Will it happen or will it not? But as of now, the immediate reversal or immediate reply of the invitation is not something that is expected. They can very well take a call whether they want to participate or at which level they want to participate in foreign ministers meeting that is going to take place in Goa. So far, the no confirmation from Pakistan side. is not something that India is waiting, because India had to send them an invite. Now it is up to Pakistan if they want to take part, and at what level they want to take part in those meetings.
Okay, I just want to understand from you, Abhishek, in the past 8 years, we've watched India and Pakistan's relationship nosedive. I just want to understand, pre-G20, could this be one of many such overtures we see from India?
Actually, yes, because while SCO countries are mostly situated in this region, they're like most of the Asian economy is involved in SCO grouping. Russia, China, Pakistan, Central Asian countries. India has been engaging with them to have more direct line of communication in terms of rail, road. India has also, assured Central Asian countries that they can provide them with the port facilities, so that they could get connected with other part of the world for the trade and other other dynamics. But to say that that this will also have an opportunity, it will be the right thing, because mostly SCO platforms discuss multilateral things, and they do not comment. They prefer not to comment on the bilateral security challenges between the two countries, or bilateral differences that two countries or the two members are facing. Because even during the last Samarkand meeting of SCO, India and Pakistan did not have a very good relationship. At that time also, India and China were not having a very good relationship at that time also. In fact, during the G20 also, when India and China, they have had a very frozen and frosty relationship. The leaders of India, Prime Minister Modi, and China, Xi Jinping, did come under one roof, and they discussed the multilateral aspect or the global relations, or the issues of importance of regional and global securities also. So in that context, we'll have to see whether this platform, or the SCO platform, that will have multiple meetings, including meetings of judiciary, meetings of defense ministers, national security advisors, foreign ministers, and then leadership meeting also happening. Will it have an opportunity where India and Pakistan and India and China could engage bilaterally as well? Or it will just be a platform that India will be hosting for the multilateral summit level talks?
Okay, Abhishek, just stay with us. I'll bring our audiences some information, then I'll come back to you. For our audiences, the last Pakistani foreign minister to visit India was Hina Rabbani Khar in July 2011. The last external affairs minister to visit Pakistan was Sushma Swaraj in December 2015. This was for the Heart of Asia conference in Islamabad. Abhishek, just give our audiences an overview about where India-Pakistan relations stand as we speak. We do engage, for example, in cricket matches with our bordering nation, but we do withhold from certain kinds of engagements too. Can you give us an overview?
So we know that India, Pakistan, they have, like Prime Minister Modi did invite SAARC member countries during his oath-taking ceremonies, where Prime Minister of Pakistan was also invited. Prime Minister Modi also tried to have a good bilateral relationship. He happened to had a very surprise, landing in Pakistan to attend the marriage ceremony of one of the family members of Nawaz Sharif at that time. So from Indian side, it was the gestures and overtures were made in person, at a personal capacity of Prime Minister Modi also, and at diplomatic level also. But the terrorism, the kind of proxy foreign policy that Pakistan has practiced and exercised in the past, continued unabated. And the peak of it was when in 2019 we had this Pulwama attack, when almost about 40 security personnel were killed, and India then had to intervene with a force. And